I think it was Representative Jackson who pointed out that there was a 30-year life expectancy difference between a black child born in Dorchester or Roxbury and a white child born in Back Bay. And I think that that reflects global inequalities of racism and classism. How would you tackle that on a state level?
Keith mentioned the paper I wrote, the speech I gave called To Isaiah, and let me just tell you a couple words about Isaiah. I've disguised his name, but he was a 15-year-old boy who I met one morning when I had to rush into his examining room at the place I was officer of the day, and he was in severe pain, a black child from Boston, in severe pain, and I misdiagnosed him at first, but eventually we sorted out that night when I got a call from the laboratory that he had leukemia. Leukemia in a 15-year-old black child is a uniformly fatal disease, basically. It's very, very hard to treat. Not in a 5-year-old white, for reasons we don't really understand. Well, we went to the mat for him. We pulled out all the stops. I worked at that time for the Harvey Community Health Plan, an amazing place to work. We were a team. And we reached out to every resource we could get for Isaiah, and including a bone marrow transplant and the best possible care you can imagine. And we cured him. Between 15, it took 4 years, but by age 19, he was free of leukemia, and it never came back. But that's only half the story. Isaiah smoked his first dope at age 5. He owned his first gun at age 10. He committed his first grand larceny at age 14. He was an amazing guy. We grew very, very close, and I think the world of this man, whose leukemia was cured, who died 10 years later on the streets, in despair, with lost in his ability to be welcomed into an economy with the kind of supports and mental health care and social services and reentry that he had 2 fatal diseases, you see. He had leukemia and he had injustice. And until we commit to building the kind of communities that we mean in the progressive agenda, a community that does not turn our backs, that does not walk past that person on the street with his cup held out, or a child who's hungry tonight, until we decide not to walk away from them, curing disease isn't in our hands. We have to be able to go back to the basics, and the basics have to do with a society that's equal. Equal. All means all. And if we have a payment system in healthcare that allows us to move toward thinking about health as investment, as a community, all in it together, it's all our money, then we can change. We can decide that we'll cure both diseases, both leukemia and injustice, and that's the way I think we should.